Hi, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Meagan.
Well, how are you, Meagan?
I'm good.
No nickname again today.
Oh, yeah. It's been a little bit.
It has been a while. Runners.
Maybe we should just make a little announcement. We've had a little bit of hiccups, but we're back at it. So
yeah, we've had quite a transition in life, So here we are, though.
Yes,
Happy to be back.
So episode 28.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you running with, Meagan?
Well, I'm not really prepared, so I was just gonna see what just came to my brain. And I don't know. I feel like I don't even know that I have the words for it, but just how competitive the world is.
Yeah.
And like, why are we all competing?
Right.
Like, what does it really matter?
I don't know. It really just depends on what you're talking about. Right?
Well, I think with like kids,
yeah,
specifically, especially when they're in extracurricular activities, and just how much kids have to compete with each other, I feel like.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that with softball and stuff, that there's a lot of competition.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Especially between like teams and all that.
Yeah. Because a lot of these players are in extra lessons on top of their practices and stuff.
Oh,
and like,
wow. We're at extra lessons?
Girl, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. We have girls on our team in pitching lessons, which they need to be because next season they move up to kid pitch.
Oh, that's
where the girls are pitching the ball. So like that's acceptable, I feel like, But like, and I guess, okay, and catching. So maybe let me take it off of our team because I'm like, well, the girls that on our team that are in lessons, it's valid.
Yeah.
Because kid pitch, we're going to need the new pitcher and the catcher.
It's a new skill that needs to be learned. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess if it's more like position specific, that's when it's like, okay. But like some of these teams, it really shows. I mean, they've got great ball players, but I'm like, these kids are going to be done with this sport in 2 years or less if you don't stop.
Right.
Like you're going to burn them out.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times that I see like eye rolls or like frustrations, I feel like you can pick up that vibe from like kids already. And I'm like, man, they're already getting burnt out.
Well, because they don't hold that shit back. Right. Like they have no issue rolling their eyes at you. Like they still haven't learned. We're still working on the home training part, right. where we don't roll our eyes at adults, okay? Because it's rude.
Right. But I'm a huge eye roller too. So like,
okay, that's fair. Yeah, but only when like it's appropriate. I'll eye roll in my head sometimes.
Like, I feel like I do in my head, but it's definitely happening on my face.
Yeah, specifically you. Yeah, yes, that's 100% correct.
I try really hard, and then it just happens. Mm-hmm. It just happens.
Everything happens on your face, Meagan.
Everything.
Yeah, that's why I know that that's a fact.
It does. God, that makes me think of one time. My Reagan we were out doing something and I was just, being myself and just staring at like every little detail that this person was like doing. Mm-hmm. But I had this like RBF, like nobody's business apparently. Mm-hmm. And Reagan's like, check your face. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Like, I'm like, because sometimes I'm not intentionally doing it. Mm-hmm. It's just like I'm really concentrated on like what is happening. Mm-hmm. And then it just comes out on my face.
Oh, I've seen it.
I know. Mm-hmm. Everybody has. Anybody that knows me.
And then I sometimes have to be like, Meagan, stop staring. Look away.
The amount of times I got in trouble for that as a kid is mind blowing.
And both of your girls just eyeball everything.
Oh, yeah. Sarah says sometimes when we go out to eat, she has dinner by herself because we're all too busy worrying about everybody around us.
That's a fact, though. I would imagine it's true. Wrong. Yeah.
You know, I'm reading lips across the room,
but I'm the instigator of that. I'm like, I need to find out. I need you to actually get the info so we know what's happening. You know,
right? Or I'm like making their story up, like they're on their first date,
which is also funny. You can have a good time with that.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, just kid competition, and I'm sure you see it too with Eve's cheer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's happened quite yet in cheer. Only because they're so young and none of them have any idea what they're doing, right? Like,
I guess
her
I just
team,
think of the stereotypical like cheerleaders where it's just like, but you are right, they're not there yet,
and they're not. It's not a competitive team. If it was a competitive team, it would be happening already for sure. But because it's not, and I'm one of the coaches, like I think that helps my kid to some degree. So I don't know that we have any kind of competition because like I said, they're all learning all of that stuff at the same time. Now, obviously, like the girls, like my daughter, this will be her 3rd year. So like she'll remember a lot of the cheers from last year and she absolutely would be better and louder only because she's had the practice. Sure. But like, I mean, you see that in softball. New girls come on the team. They don't have any idea what's going on.
Or it's just now, it's the same with any team sport. But like if you work as a team. And so when you get used to like working with one team and everybody's dynamic and like, I don't know, every kid throws differently. So like you I feel like over time, like you would learn, oh, like she throws the balls more this way, or I don't know. I mean, we're trying to get them to throw accurately, but they're 8. Anyways. And then new people come on and that just throws them off, a little bit. Cause now they're having to learn and build trust in these new players and work as a team and all of that. I'm sure it's the same for you guys too, of like, now there's new people who have never done cheer or they came from an old cheer squad or whatever.
Well, I will say the other reason why we haven't had that yet is because literally her entire squad changed last year, coaches and all. So like everyone was learning something new last year. So I think it probably would have been a little more competitive once, if they would have all stayed. Yeah. So.
But even not with, well, go ahead and say what you're going to say because mine's going to kind of change the subject.
Oh, you're fine. But that's just because also it's like a cheerleading squad is a lot easier to get onto than a softball team. So Eve could quit for a year and probably get right back onto the same team, right? So like it's just, it's kind of different. But anyways, go ahead.
Now you got to try out for teams.
Which is nuts. Nuts, honestly.
Yeah. But also, which I know we talk about this a lot in the salon too, but like even just the competitiveness with women in our country too.
Oh, right.
Of like, why can't we just all be like girls, like, support each other. Like, and I do think there are some of, like the supporters out there, but like, the ones that don't, like, I just don't get it.
I don't either. I don't get how you could be so hateful to another woman. Like, there's nothing, unless this woman has wronged me in some way, like, I'm pretty much going to root for you, like, because we're women and not a lot of that gets rooted for. So.
Right. And just like all the image issues and things like that too.
I know. I'm so over it, honestly. I hate it for myself. Agreed. Like, I still have image issues, right?
Definitely.
So, like, I feel like...
But I also feel like that is getting better, though, too. Like, I
don't know, because I think now with the politics happening, I think women are now trophies again. Like, I think that's where we're headed back to be completely honest.
Oh, I guess I meant more like it's getting better, like us having image issues with ourselves.
Oh, like you and I? Yes, okay, you're right. Yes, our personal lives, yes. But I think it's just going to continue to get worse if we continue to go the route we're going in the world. So.
Right. You're not wrong.
Yeah. I just was on a way grander scale, I guess. I was thinking grandiose ideas.
It's all right.
Anyways.
All right. Well, I don't know that you shared what are you running with?
Well, I'm kind of, not to talk about politics, but I'm running with them. Like there is too much happening all at one time that like my mental load, like I can't even soak all that in, I just feel like I've like officially, I'm only posting for our positivity things. I'm trying to like get my algorithm outside of politics because I can't. It does. So then I just don't get on it anymore because I'm like, I can't look at this crap. Well, then I'm not posting anything for our like work social media.
Yeah, right. Like it makes me want to not be on social media because I feel like I'm at a point where I just need to put my head in the sand and just.
Yep. But like we can't do that. Like we have to be informed and we have in some way, shape or form, but we also have to protect our lives and our rights. So like it's hard because we want to stick our heads in the sand real bad, really bad. I just would love to forget about this, but it directly affects us. Right. So like that's the part that really sucks, Sure. So I just feel like it's time for us to either figure out what the next steps are and how we're going to fix this problem. I don't even know, but all I'm trying to focus on though is just that there are ebbs and flows. It'll come back around because we're going to fight the good fight. We're going to vote the way we need to vote. I'm just praying we get to vote again. Yeah. So
let's manifest all the things we do want.
Yes. So. And I've talking with our therapist, since we have the same one, I really feel this energy in the world where like it's becoming more of we need to go inward.
Oh.
We need to go more inward. In our own personal homes, we need to focus on our own personal community and our own personal selves and our own, just everything under our roof. That's where all the energy is being placed. And so I just feel myself, though, and I am so, like, I don't know. I just feel like if you're going to tell me a reason to retreat, I'm going to retreat, And so I'm trying to find this balance of, like, you can't just live at home and never go out and do anything, because I get what she's saying, because it's not what that means. She's really saying, like, it just means let's better ourselves.
Let's heal our traumas and our issues on why we're so angry today and why we're all having so much hate, hating each other, like wake up, you guys. Like, look at all these people that are just shooting up schools.
Let me tell you
like all the things. Like,
let me tell you a story. You want to talk about hate? I've never heard anything like it. First of all, let me finish my thought though. Yes. Okay, so rather than me taking it literally and just literally just being at home all the time, because that's what I want to do. Mm-hmm. I don't want to leave my home. I want to, so I'm trying to find the balance. That's really what I'm trying to focus on, rather than all the negative shit that's happening. But I'm also trying not to become a hermit all at the same time. Right. So I'm really working on that, but I don't trust anyone anymore either. Mm-hmm. So there's that. It feels like a weird balance here, But so talking about hate, maybe you saw this because I didn't see it. I missed it. But in Oklahoma City, I don't know, a couple of days ago, potentially somewhere between a week ago and today, okay? My mom was telling me this story. a 16-year-old was killed by an 18-year-old driving through backyards to run her over.
I didn't hear that.
Driving through multiple backyards to hit this girl with her vehicle. Killed her.
So, like, it was two females.
So, yeah, well, it was okay. So, this 16-year-old and 18-year-old got into it earlier in that day about something.
Okay.
The 16-year-old went to this party in this backyard. It was like a bonfire situation or a fire, whatever. And this other girl found out she was there, drove through multiple this house was not on a corner, so you couldn't have just hopped the corner and drove into this backyard. This woman, this 18-year-old drove through multiple backyards to get to this girl.
Going through fences?
Gunning down, in her car, just gunned it through multiple fences and hit and killed this girl.
Wow.
All over what my grandmother assumed, and I actually might agree with her, probably a boy.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else it could be over. Like, how?
Did she flee the scene?
Oh, yeah. No, this girl's arrested and being, she's, you will. I'm like, what kind of hate are we breeding? And in the article, it literally says, I don't know what's going on with the teens in this area, but there's a lot of hate happening and a lot of violence happening among teens. And I'm like, well, I wonder why. Because we're fucking breeding it. That's why. So I'm just like, that's insane. I've never heard anything like that. Somebody driving through multiple yards. That's
especially an 18-year-old. Like, maybe you would hear that like in a police chase.
Right. Or like I could see some crazy ex-wife doing some crazy shit. Right. Or some crazy ex-husband doing some crazy shit. Let's not leave the men out. But like, I could see that happening in an adult situation for sure.
Sure. Yeah. And like to be that mad at something or someone that's just your instinct.
Yep, to drive through yards and hit her.
Yeah, like all the damage you're doing. And was this at nighttime?
I don't remember that part. I would assume it is. I would assume it is because they were having a fire, I think.
That's crazy and heartbreaking.
Yes, a 16-year-old. Yeah. Anyways, I just was like, I'm over that hate. I'm over all of it. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? This is nuts.
Yeah. You know, I watched this video the other day that went around social media. I don't know what platform I was on, but it was this dad. And he was like, just kind of being like inspirational. And I don't know like his word for word, but like, he basically was like, I don't care about my kids' grades or, which like, I get this is all a little bit dramatic, but like, I think he's just saying it to like prove a point of like, I don't care about my kids' grades. I don't care about like just names off all these different things. And he's like, what I care about is that they're a kind human.
Yeah.
Truly. And that at the end of the day, if they can't read, but they're kind, like I did my job.
Yep.
I raised a kind individual. And that just hit home because I know in both of our households, that's what we teach to our children is that we choose kindness to any and everyone.
Everyone. No, I don't give a shit who it is.
Right. And we will always offer a helping hand. It will help our friends.
If somebody hits you first, that's a different conversation we might have. Right. But otherwise, we lead with kindness.
Of course. And we stick up for people. Yep. We have a voice. We have power, like all of that. So
and we stick up for ourselves. Yes. Yep. In the correct way, though. Yep. Not leading with violence. Unless somebody hits you first. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, yes, that means more to me than anything in the world is that when I walk through that hallway at school that her teachers say she is extremely kind. And that has happened so far. And I am so proud of her. And I will continue to teach that because I believe it changes things.
It does.
Because to me, it just means that she also sees me being kind too. And so that makes me feel good that I'm leading a good example. Now, she doesn't get to see some of the parts where I get mad about things. Like, she does get to see some of my road rage otherwise.
Right.
But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, they do see it, but I feel like the kindness outweighs those parts because we don't always want, it's healthy for them to see when we can't control our feelings and emotions as well.
Right.
But for the most part, we try to control it so that way they don't see it all the time.
Right.
Because the more they see it, the more they're going to do it.
Right.
So choose more kindness to show so that way they are more kind.
Yep. And then we apologize when we do. That's also a big thing. Yes. Anyways.
Yeah, that's a rant.
Yep.
We love our kids and we're proud of them.
Yes, we do.
And we're good moms and we're doing our best.
Yep. That's all that matters.
Yes. Okay, well, let's move on and maybe laugh about something.
Okay.
So I think we've talked about Jim on previous episodes.
I'm sure we have. Jim is a gem.
Yes, he is. And he's Jordan's client, but him and his wife come into Jordan and they honestly treat us like we are their daughters. Like,
I'm in their grand,
especially Jordan for sure. But like they hug us when they come in and leave and all of it. Like they're just like little grandparents.
Yep. I'm literally in their grandchildren's group chat. So I get that, which is awesome. They never remember who I am. Right. I'm like, I know. It's weird. It's okay.
Anyways, but Jim, every time he comes in, and I'm sure we have some listeners that are like, oh, I know Jim, because if you're ever in the salon when he's in, he always has jokes. Mm-hmm. So he
great jokes.
He came in a couple weeks ago and had a new joke for us. And it was just Jordan and I in there. Yeah. There was nobody else. It was perfect.
He's not one to give dirty or inappropriate jokes in front of anyone else. So typically he does it either very quietly to me or out loud to Meagan and I.
And not that it matters, but just to like set the tone for maybe how he looks. How old is Jim?
He is, I think he just turned, or he's going to turn 80 this year.
Is he?
No, he's going to kill me if he's hearing this. Yeah, I mean, he's somewhere between 75 and 80, I would say. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, but he's great and he's funny. Anyway, so he comes in.
He's one of my favorite people because he also paints, and I have 3 of his paintings in my house. Painter. Yeah, I have 3 of his paintings, and I love him. So if you've been in my house, I've also talked about him. So anyways.
Okay, so anyways, words. His joke the other day was really funny, and I thought that we should share it to make everybody else laugh.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, do you have it written down?
No, I just have the answer.
Oh, you're going to, okay. So he said, hey, did you know that they came out with a new drug that helps you go straight? I think that's what it was, right? And I said, oh, no, did they? And he said, yeah, it's called Tricoxagin. And he knows we're both gay women, so it was just funny, and we love him so much. He is so funny. Yeah, Tricoxagin.
And he is a big supporter of the gay community, and so it's just funny that he said it.
Yeah, because he's not hating on us being gay in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. He just knew we would think it was hysterical, and it actually was, because it really got me good. I did not expect him to say anything like that. No.
And also with just how he says his jokes. Yes. Like sometimes he says things and you don't know if that's a for real thing or if it's a joke. And so sometimes we just go along with it, and he's like, I gotcha. Yeah. You know?
So like how he starts out these things is he's like, hey, have I told you about this one story? He doesn't say anything about a joke. He says, let me tell you about this story. And so you can't always tell. But now I've learned the moment Jim says that, he's a lying sack of shit or it's a joke. Like it's just, he's not a lying sack of shit, but he's trying to be funny, right? And it always works or it goes over our head. Right. That's happened a few times where I'm like, Jim, you need to explain what that means.
Right. But you guys, like, it's a different one every time. Like, I literally asked him one time, do you just have like a book, like a big book of dad jokes or whatever in your car that like you look up a new joke for your hairdressers when you come in? Like what?
I can't remember what his answer was because he... Yeah.
And now some of them he has repeated maybe.
Oh, for me, for sure. Yeah.
But I feel like they still get me every time.
I know. He still makes me laugh every time.
Anyways.
But no, they are my favorite couple. Mm-hmm. She also was my piano teacher for a while. Love them. Yes. Amazing people. Good people.
They are great people. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that was our funny joke. So we also have a would you rather, or I have a would you rather for Jordan. I guess and myself, but we didn't put it on social media, so sorry to our...
Yeah, because if you saw our posts recently, we've been slacking on the social media, so...
Yeah. Really, Jordan has, and I'm not helpful, so...
Yeah. And either way, it doesn't matter. So I have been slacking on the social media.
No, I don't mean it that way. No, like, I'm not offering to help either or not doing it either. So I'm just like, whatever, you know?
Right. She's not leaving it just up to me, okay? Yeah. I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. Anyways.
Yes. Well, anyways. Okay, so...
She was about to fire my ass. Oh. Okay.
Okay, so the would you rather is, and it's not hair related, and I just saw this one and I was like, oh, that's it. Only because the latter half of it, you'll understand in a minute. But I'm like, so I immediately thought of us, and I was like, this is great. So, would you rather be stuck in a romantic comedy with your worst enemy or in a horror movie with your best friend?
Oh, well, in a horror movie with my best friend.
And I kind of went down like all the like rabbit holes of it, and I literally giggled, like imagining us in a horror movie.
Honestly, it would feel like, do you remember that Progressive commercial? Was it Progressive where they would always like
commercials?
No, this was a while ago, like back when commercials were a thing. Yeah. But like when they would like, they'd be like, let's go hide. They would be running from somebody who's coming to get them. Somebody's coming to get him. And they would hide behind like, oh, let's go hide behind a chainsaw wall instead of like using the chainsaw, or like, let's go hide in the car, the running car, and they don't use the car. Like, yes. That's what it feels like it would be. I mean, I feel like I would, only because we both watch a lot of horror movies. Maybe we wouldn't be too bad about it.
Well, I feel like probably have seen a lot more recent ones. I don't feel like I get to watch them as often.
Yeah.
As I want to.
Right. Sarah doesn't like them.
I know.
But either way, like, I think we'd survive together for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And
unless somebody had to die, and that sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be just us. There would be, right. But then there would be other characters, remember? So
Yeah.
We're overthinking this. We are too pretty today. Yeah. And we'll just survive because we're lesbians. Like, that just feels right. The lesbians in the movie always survive.
I'm going to kill you with my hatchet.
You don't give Meagan a gun, though, because she screams at the end of it.
Y'all, it's like adrenaline. It just, yeah.
You had to get it all out.
Yeah, it's just what my body reacted. I can't control what happens sometimes.
Right, it just comes out. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Anyways, I would choose a horror movie, too. Like, again, I just think it's, and just the stupid shit we would say in the moments, too, of like.
Yeah, what kind of rabbit holes did you go down? Let's talk about it.
I just, like, one was just like us, like, running, like, I don't know, in a field away from the horror. And, like.
The horror. That's fair. That's better than the thing chasing you.
Right. Like, I don't know what, like, man, woman,
it could be
grizzly
anything.
bear. I don't know.
Right.
But we're just running. But, like, it almost like when we're coming home from Costa Rica and we were having to run. And then, we bought, $500 worth of fucking Costa Rica chocolate. And so
shit was worth it though.
it was. We really didn't spend $500, but we spent a lot of money on chocolate.
We did get swindled just a little bit though. Cause remember they were like, no, actually it's not, it's not buy 3 something. It's buy 10, get something. And I'm like, oh, sure.
A bag. Yeah. And I'm like, well, if I don't do that, then do I get like a paper, like, a normal bag? Nope. You got to buy a bag if you want a bag. I don't have space in my carry-on, so damn it, I had to buy a bag.
Right. It's a cute bag. I use it sometimes, but I have so many bags. I didn't need another bag.
Nope.
Anyways, yeah. Well,
okay, so yeah, running through the airport, and I'm like, you just go. I can't run anymore. You just go and tell him to hold the plane, and I'm coming. And you were like, no, basically like, no, bitch, let's go. Like, you got this.
Leaving your ass behind. Keep going.
Meanwhile, I just feel like I have all this like shit tying me down to like run, and I can't run, and I'm tired.
Right. It was already so exhausting.
Was that also the trip where they were paging us at the Oklahoma City airport? Was that the same trip?
Why were they paging us again?
Because our luggage didn't make it.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
But it was like immediately as we got off the plane, and they're like, Jordan Keith and Meagan Calhoun, and we both are like, Jesus, like what? Who's this man talking to us?
And why are they calling our names?
Yes. And they did it like several times.
But they finally told us where we needed to go, and we're like, oh, shit.
I think it always did. It wasn't just our names.
Oh, but when we came out, I think we missed the beginning part of it, though.
We just heard our names.
Yeah, I just was
we were like, are we that tired that like...
We're hallucinating now. Right? Oh, my God. I think it was that trip.
I think so.
Oh, my God. That was so funny. Yeah. And we barely made it through, was that on the way there that we barely made it through?
No, that was on the way home. That's why we had to run.
Oh, yeah. And we were running through that airport, the Atlanta airport. No, where were we at?
Where were we at?
And like everyone knew who we were. They were like, where are you going? We're like, Oklahoma City. They're like, run.
Yes.
They're like directing us.
Right.
To
it was
where
almost
we
like we were in a 5K.
Yes.
And they're like praising you at every little stop, you know?
Because the one guy up the stairs was telling us, the guy at luggage was telling us to run.
It had to be Atlanta because I feel like we had to go up to like 50 different levels.
Oh my God, and get on a tram or whatever.
Yes, I think it was Atlanta because I do hate the Atlanta airport because I feel like everything is backwards to me, I feel like. But
right. It definitely wasn't Dallas, that's for sure.
I think it was Atlanta.
But that was...
It was because I remember we almost didn't make our Atlanta flight and we thought we were going to have to stay in Atlanta.
Oh, that's right.
And we're like, what's to do in Atlanta? What are we going to do if we have to stay?
Right. Yeah. And where are we going to stay? It's like, it wasn't it like 10:30 at night at that point?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that was the wildest trip I think I've ever had in an airport. Maybe one of at least top 5.
Oh yeah, and then I always get pre-selected or whatever for bomb residue, like or whatever.
No, you motherfucking got searched, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I got searched.
But that was on the way there, or was this on the way home?
On the way home, the whole trip, everything. Just the going there was great. Probably because we had your mom with us.
That's fair. Yeah, you had my mom with us. Yeah, got good juju. Don't bring my stepdad with you. Everything will go wrong when he's with you.
Oh, no.
He's also known for that on road trips, too. I don't know what happens to him, but somehow, either way, God bless him. I think the last time I flew with him, it was when we were stuck in the airport for 12 hours.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Why? Because you missed a flight or?
No, because it was like 2 days before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Or something. No, I'm probably flown with him since. Either way, he's not a bad person to fly with. It just somehow every time I'm with him, something happens.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I've had the worst luck getting searched for stuff.
You got straight up searched. But we had a great time looking at all the people who were getting searched, wondering who was going to get caught. We were in Atlanta, and there were some big old looking like thugs, looking like they were carrying some things around.
Escorts.
Yes, big old chains.
Yeah. Do your chains hang low?
I hope that's on the playlist we're listening to out in the car right now.
listeners.
2006.
Yeah, your 2006 to 8 bangers. Yep.
So great.
Anyways.
Yes, all right.
Well, we can finish up with a little hair talk of spring trends. So anybody that's curious of what the spring trends is that everybody's kind of leading more towards more natural and not like big dramatic changes, and more natural texture is a thing.
I'm excited about it. A lot of
like toning hair down.
Yeah, a lot of brunettes, but like lighter brunettes. A lot of that happening right now.
Or blonde.
Blonde, I know.
I love that word.
I said it today and I was like, God, that's just painful.
It's like one of those words that is hard not to say because it's not wrong, but like, can we just find a better name for it?
Right. It sounds like brute or something. Like, I don't know. This feels weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, and bobs, like chin length bobs are in right now.
Like
super
blunt,
cute. Yep. Saw that.
And
like
Bixies.
Yeah, Bixies, and they're like kind of flipping up the ends of the little bobs. They're real cute. At least in editorial work. That's what I'm talking about. Bixies. The grown out face frame is kind of what I've been calling it, which luckily we both have just because we haven't had haircuts, which is literally what I said to that trend. I was like, it's only because bitches haven't gotten haircuts in a while. That's why it's trendy.
And my hair's straight, so I'm sure you can see how bad I really need a haircut.
Yeah. I mean, we both need a haircut. So anyways.
Yeah. But just enhancing your natural beauty.
Yes. Yeah, more like golden-y colors for sure. Beigey. Yeah.
Yep.
Excited about it.
Absolutely.
Something different than the white, blonde, silver bullshit we've been doing for 20 million years.
Right. It makes me want to twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, our next product, we will talk about a product on our next episode, and it is the Cure because we were talking about conditioning masks.
Yes.
So we will go over the Cure. It is green in a green tub.
And we're getting some new products with Amika, y'all. So I'm really pumped, which I have the new mender. I've been using it. Yeah,
it keeps talking to me when I go into the store.
This is, I think, because of my sunglasses snagging, but I'm still like trying to baby all these things that I have lightened.
Oh, I'm babying my ends so hard only because I also know I need a haircut. So I'm just really like trying to not cause any more breakage.
That's where I'm at too. Yeah. So we're definitely going to have to do some new product, show some things off here soon too. So anyways.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening today.
Yes. Have a good night, everyone. Day, whatever. Bye.
Wherever you are.
Right.
Day, night.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever floats your boat.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.